Okay, hello. I'm Felipe Vicens. I will be your trainer for today for the session 5G network slicing with OSM. I'm going to start with a quick overview about slicing. As you can see in the picture, the slicing tries to address the problem to create different slices across your infrastructure. So we have in this picture three kind of slices. One for has a mobile broadband that require high throughput bandwidth. The second one that you can see there is the ultra reliable low latency communications. That is for small bandwidth, and the third slide that you can see there is the matching IoT. It's for a lot of components that are sending data, but you have to ensure that the data that the device sends reach to the end. So we have a HCNFV framework that addresses the network slicing as well as the 3GPP. So there are some considerations that you can see there. One is the network slice subnet can be considered as an NFV network service. So when you define a network slice, this can be a composition on network service. So this is the first feature that we have in OSM that we are going to address today. That is the network service composition, is to put in a network slice multiple network services. So and the second function, the second feature that we are going to demonstrate today is the share of a network slice subnet. The network slice subnet can be considered as a network service. So we are going to share one network slice subnet in the session, the hands-on session. So the goal for today is to create this network slice template diagram where you have three network slice subnets composed by one network service, each of them, and in the top we have the management network that is going to connect all the network slice subnet through this management network. Also, we are going to connect this management network with the management network of the OpenStack in order to access our network services. And between the network slice subnet 1 and the middle network slice subnet, we will have a virtual link to connect, to make a connection between them that we will call data 1. And between the middle BNF and the third network slice net, we will have also another virtual link that is data 2. So if you have the PDF, you can find there all the resources that you need to deploy the network slice template. That is include the BNF that you need for the network service, and also for the already done the network slice template. So the second network slice template that you have there is for the sharing scenario. So let's describe what you can find there in each component. So we start with the first VNFD that is composed by the one VDU. The VDU, this VNFD we will call slice hackfest VNFD. It have one VDU with the Ubuntu image. It doesn't have too much resource. It's just simple for this test. Is have one virtual CPU, 10 gig of RAM, and 1 gig of RAM and 10 gig of disk. And well, as you can see in the picture, we have two interfaces, one for management. At the end, we will connect this to management, and the second interface that will be connected to the VLD that is for data. Okay, The second component of VNF that we have for today is the middle VNF. Okay, different between this and the previous one is these have three connection points, three interfaces to make the links, because this is the one that will be in the middle. So if we go a bit up, the network service descriptor slide hackfest NSD will contain the slide hackfest VNFD. So the connection point that we saw previously are connected through a VLD to a connection point of the network service. And this is for the management, and this one is for data. So the connection point of the VNFD are directly connected to the VLDs for the connection point of the network services. Same case for the middle network service descriptor. The difference is that these have three VLDs per each connection point of the VNF. So the relation is the connection point of VNF is connected through a VLD with the connection point of the network service descriptor. So the slice template that we're going to do, well, it's to reuse the slide hackfest network service descriptor, slide hackfest network service descriptor, and one in the middle. Let's decompose the network slice template and go section by section to know how to write a network slice template. To write a network slice template, we need three parts. Okay, the first one is the general part, where we need an ID, a name, an SNSS identifier, and the quality of service. Those parameters are these parameters are mandatory. Okay, you always have to put in your network slice template a set of parameters. So you need to provide an ID to your network slice template, put in a name, and the SNSS identifier contains the slice service type. As we saw the first slide, we know that there were three kind of slice. So in this case, we are describing this slice as enhanced mobile broadband. Okay, so currently this parameter is just a description in order to the person who read the network slice template knows which kind of service you are going to include in the slice. So this parameter is not enforced by OSM to guarantee a high bandwidth or a low latency. Currently, it's not the case. It's just an identifier in your network slice template for to read the network slice template to know which kind of service are you trying to deploy inside the network slice template. Also, the quality of service is something that is not enforced at this moment in release 6 in the OSM, using OSM. Probably in the future, we will find mechanisms to model this kind of parameters in order to enforce bandwidth, well, not bandwidth, but quality of service and the parameters that we are describing here. But currently, it's not the case. Okay, it's just two identifiers that to help us to understand what kind of service you are deploying inside your network slice template, inside your template. So the second thing that you need to write in your network slice template is the net slice subnet. So the net slice subnet, you can understand as network slice subnet is a list of network service that you would like to deploy inside your slice. Okay. So in this case, we have three network slice subnets, and we define that having a reference to the network service you would like to deploy in your slice.net, putting a description and ID. And also there is another important flag that you can set, that is shared network slice.net, and this flag helps us to use the second feature that we are going to demonstrate today, that is the sharing network slice.net. So if you set as false, this network slice.net will not be shared. But if you set as true, that is the case of the second network slice.net that we have in the template, it will be shared if you deploy more network slice instances. Okay. These slides show you how to, where is coming the information to fill the network slice template. So it's NSD ref is basically in the network service descriptor, the ID of the network service descriptor. You use a slide hackfest NSD and put in the NSD ref. So I was saying that the third thing that you need to create the network slice template is to specify the net slice VLDs. So when you create a net slice VLD, it's basically the virtual links that will connect your network slice template. This is the network service composition. So here is where you say, okay, my network slice.net for the connection point A, it will be connected to network slice.net 2 and the connection point B. So here in the net slice VLD is the place where you put that information and create the virtual links. So how can you do it? The process is very simple. So having the net slice VLD, specify an ID, that is the ID of your virtual link descriptor. Also put a name, set the type, in this case is ELAN, and the management network. So since we are specifying a slice VLD management, then we are setting this as a management network true. If you create your VIN specifying a management network, then with this parameter, the VLD will be created in that management network, and all your VNF will be allocated to that network. If you don't specify anything, then this flag will be used to deploy or to create the management network for your VIN, but maybe it's not a public network of your OpenStack. Okay, so it's a management network of OSM, but it's not public, so you cannot reach to your VNF. You have to be careful with that, because if not public, then OSM later, if you have charms or something, you cannot connect to your VNF. It's an important parameter. So also you have the network slice.net connection point ref. That is the place where you specify from which the place where you are going to connect that virtual link. The virtual link is like a cable. You can see the virtual link as a cable. So in this case, we are saying that in the network slice.net, that is called a slice hackfest NSD1, we're going to use inside the network service descriptor that is composed that have that network slice.net inside. We're going to use the NSD connection point management. So if you have your network service descriptors, then the net slice.net give you the name of the network slice.net reference, okay, and having the network slice.net reference, you know which network service descriptor is referenced by this network slice.net. So you go to the network service descriptor and check the connection point section to specify the connection point ref. If you see the second slide, basically what we are saying here is this here picture is that the network SLI subnet that have the SLI hackfest NSD1. We are going to use the connection point NSD CP management, okay, for the BLD. These are the two things that you specified there. And also we say, okay, the SLI hackfest NSD2 with the connection point NSD CP management is going to be part of SLI BLD management, and also for the third one. So, okay, before the NetSLI instantiation, we'll need to prepare all the packages in the OSM. So you will need the VNF descriptor, network service descriptors, and then upload the network slice template. So if we list, I don't know if you can see here the commands. Okay. So if we list the VNFDs, then you can see there are no VNFD currently in the OSM. Also, I can show you the GUI. So no package already uploaded. Let's upload the packages. So we do the OSM VNFD create. I am uploading the middle and the other one. So we have both now. We list them, and they were already uploaded. So also we can show the VNFDs of the VNF that were uploaded, this one and the middle one. Okay, after upload the VNF, then we will need to upload the network services. Currently there is no network service package in the OSM. I'm creating the SLI hackfest NS right now. Let's upload the middle NS. Okay. Let's list again. We have 2 network services already uploaded there, and can also show them. Okay, this one and then the middle NS. Okay, what next? Let me show you here. Okay, we can see here we have the package already uploaded to the OSM. We don't have NetSlice templates, so we can open the file. Let's open the SLI hackfest NST. What we are going to upload is the one that is in the slides. We specify the SLI hackfest NST as ID with the service type EMBB, and the 3 things that we need to create a network slice template. That is the first part of general information, that the NetSlice subnetwork, we have 3 NSS, the hackfest NSD1, the NSD2, and the NSD3. With the characteristic that the NSD2 have the middle network service, and the NetSlice BLD with 3 BLDs, as we show in the first picture. So we have a management with the 3 interfaces of the network services, the data BLD with connected to NSD1 CP data, and NSD2 CP data 1, and the second BLD. That is a slice BLD data 2 connected to the others network services with the corresponding connection point. So let's upload this to the OSM. We can list the network slice template first. As you can see, there are no network slice templates. Let's create this one. Okay. Hackfest, Okay, we are uploading this like hackfest NST, and we have it here. Okay, so since we have all the resources that we need to deploy on our slice template, then let's deploy it. So to deploy it, okay. When we say we are going to deploy an our slice template, is really we are going to create a network slice instance. Okay, so we need to use the command OSM NSI create. If we check the help, OSM NSI create, then we can find several options. You have to specify the network slice instance name. You have to specify the network slice template name that is the template that you are going to use it. Then you have to specify the VIN account, because as you know, all the components, the network service require a VIN account. Now, well, the slice template require a VIN account. That is the default. We are saying that, okay, in this VIN account you will deploy our network slice. This behavior, you can change this behavior with the config option, saying this network slice subnet will be deployed in the VIN account 1, and the other network slice subnet will be deployed in the second VIN account. So this kind of things, you can play with that using the config option, the dash config option. Well, in the dash config option, we have parameters to influence the net slice subnet, and also to influence the net slice VLDs. In this case, in this example, we are going to specify the VIN external network. So we need to, okay, let's copy this command we have here, and we will use to create our network slice instance. So the first thing they have to modify is the VIN account. So let's check where to get the VIN account. The VIN account has to be in the open source manual UI in VIN account. So our VIN account is etc OpenStack. Okay, so if we copy paste this, we'll have the first parameter. So the other parameters are the name. In this case, we're going to use my first slice, and our slice template is the one that we uploaded already. It's a hackfest NST. Then the config, the parameter that we want to influence, is to say the slice building management. That is the network for the management of the slice that we are going to deploy. Please set the VIN network name, and we set here the VIN network name of the OpenStack. Let's see which VIN network name is. If we go to the topology, we have to external or public interface. Let's use OSM Ext. Okay, that is accessible public. So if we put here OSM Ext. Then we have all the parameters in place to deploy our slice. So it's, as you can see here, we don't have anything deployed now in the VIM. And net slice instance, there are no net slice instance, so as soon as I click here, there are no errors. Okay, perfect. Then the network slice instance is started to be created, and if we go to network service instance, then there are still in status config init. So the OSM is deploying the 3 network slice subnet that we indicated in the slide template. So if we go to the network topology, okay, let me refresh this page. So we can see, okay. Still deploying. So what do we have here in this topology? We have the if you remember the picture, we have in one side the NSD that have only 2 interfaces. Okay, the VNF with 2 interfaces, connected one to the management, another with the data one. That was the first VLD. The VLD is this red. That is data one. That's the VLD data. Then it's connected to the middle VNF. The middle VNF is the one that have 2 interfaces for data and one for management. So it's the one that is in the middle. And the third VNF is connected between management interface and data 2. So the topology we created in the network slice template was correctly deployed by OSM. Still instantiating the last VM. So the information that we are getting from OSM, well, it's done right now. But you can see which network are being created, how many of them are already created, and how many of them are still pending, and also the same information for the VMs. Okay, that again are our VNFs. So now we have already deployed the network service instance. Let's check the net slice instance. So it's also deployed. So let's move on to the next feature that we would like to demonstrate today. It's the shared network slice. So to do that, we're going to reuse the middle VNF that the flag was set to true, okay? And then we're going to allocate a VNF, a network slice of net beside that for this network slice instance, to deploy only the new network slice of net. So the result of this will be that the middle VNF will not be instantiated because it's shared, and the second, or the other network slice of net will be instantiated, and also will be connected to the networks that were created before and are used for the network slice instance 1. That was the one that we instantiated. Okay. So what do we need for this network slice template 2? So we need to specify in the net slice of net. Okay. We need to give it the same ID. In this case, is slide hackfest NSD2, and we need to set again the flag is shared NSS as true. Okay, with these 2 things, then OSM will know that it was a previous instantiation of this slice and will reuse it. Okay, and also we are going to add a new network slice of net that is beside with the flag false to be instantiated multiple times, and we give an ID and reference to our network service descriptor. In case of VLDs, then we are going to keep the management interfaces. We are going to reuse the OSM Next interface. For the second VLD, we are going to allocate in the same LAN we used before. That this is slice VLD data too. Okay, so it will be connected to our middle VNF. So this time we're going to do it via the UI. So we used before the OSM client. Now we are going to do the same procedure, but with the UI. So it is the same of the network services drag and drop. So it's enough to grab the network slice template descriptor and drop here. So it's the board is automatically. Just note that this is not a package. This is a template. So that's the reason why it's .yaml. It's not inside a package as the network services or the VNFs. So since we have this already onboarded, let's click in the instantiation action, put it share NSI with description slice test. The ID is the hackfest 2, that's the new one, and select the VM here. So in the config, this is a YAML format, so if you doesn't keep the format, then it will not take the values. Bear in mind that you have to be a YAML. So if we click here on create, then the instantiation of the new slice is ongoing, and so the first thing that you notice is that we have only one creation of the network because we are creating just two network slice nets, and the middle is shared. One of them is shared, so it's not created again. And if we see the topology, we have now four VNF. Each one is corresponding to one network slice net, and the one of them is allocated to the data 2. That was exactly what we wanted. Okay. So we had this. We deploy, and the middle was shared. Okay. So if we delete it, let's click on delete now. I'm going to delete the first one. Okay. It's terminating. And as you can see here, well, the one that was shared actually is not deleted because it's shared and it's being used for the network slice net 2. So this is the final. The result is the middle if kept, and the new one also is already there. So we could also instantiate another second one, make that kind of things. But at the end, the point is everything that is shared, it will keep till the end. So when you delete the last slide that you have shared, then it will be deleted. Also, you could have a very, very long slide with multiple things shared and have several combinations, but at the end, the last one that have that shared is the last one that deletes the slide, the network service. So let's clean this. These networks or VLDs that were created by the slice module is deleted at the end of when you delete the last one as well. So after the termination of the VMs, then the the OSM is cleaning all the networks that it created for the slicing. So it's report that everything was deleted, but it's yes, also in the OpenStack. So that's the result of the deletion of network service 1 and network service 2. And that's all for this session. Thank you very much.